Hi there, want to give your footage a real cinematic film look? Today I'm going to show you how you can create a professional cinematic color grade as a beginner using Dehancer Pro in DaVinci Resolve, and you will learn also exactly how professionals do it step by step. Hi guys, welcome back to our screen. At first I need to show you what kind of color space and transform settings I set in the project settings for getting better exposure and better maximum space to doing color grade. Okay, so color science will be DaVinci YRGB for my personal opinion, for my personal choose and preference, and timeline color space will be DaVinci White Gamut Intermediate, and output color space will be Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. So after setting this one, we need to go to color grading section to color grade our footage as much as possible cinematic. Okay, so after coming here, in the first node we need to put the input CST. Okay, color space transform, and this is the input section, CST input. And now we will take another one for CST output. Okay, again and new node for CST output. So in the beginning we are going to set our camera settings. Sony S-Gamma 3 Cine, input gamma was S-Log3. In the first one we want to set output color space is DaVinci Resolve White Gamut, and output gamma will be DaVinci Intermediate, and output CST will be input color space in the Sony S-Gamma 3 Cine, and our input gamma was Sony S-Log3, and output color space is Rec 709 and Gamma 2.4. Okay, this is our different thing for today's color grading. Okay, so on the section on CST input, you need to disable tone mapping method, and on here you need to enable DaVinci use custom maximum input maximum needs on 10,000 for better maximization of your highlights. Okay, so after here we need to take a new node for contrast. Okay, this is the contrast node for us, and it will the CST output, so I'm just taking it on here on the bottom. This will be the contrast section. Okay, we will work for the contrast. I will go to the primary wheel and work on just gamma and gain. Okay, I will decrease the gamma and increase the gain as I need. Okay, if you need more detailed contrast, you can decrease the lift also. It will darkest of your footage, but as neat as possible you can highlight your footage for more sharpness. Okay, so after that you need to create a before node for balance. Okay, so we take a before node for balance. In here we will type balance, and now we will work on the HDR section. For here I will work on the global section, and this is the balance section. Okay, I will work here. Now after balancing we can go to the temperature section for better naturalization. We'll take another node after contrast, and it will work for temperature. Okay, on the temperature section we'll also work on the HDR section, and we'll increase some temperature for natural tone of our face. You can see before after, before after. And if you want to see the total three things what we already worked for, this is the before and this is the after, before after. Okay, it's great. So now I will take a parallel node from add parallel. Okay, so this parallel node I will set for density, and density will work for color slice. What kind of color you are watching here, like greeneries, costumes color and sky color, you can work for color slice. So I'm working on the sky color, increasing sky more bluer, and I will also work on the green, not more than expect. That will increase your green. Okay, so now this is the time to work with Dehancer. After working on density, we want to go to the Dehancer by taking a new node after parallel node. So we are taking a new parallel node. Now I'm just setting the nodes properly for your better understanding. Now I will take a new node for Dehancer. I will put here Dehancer Pro. Okay, so after coming Dehancer Pro, you can set DVR White Gamut Intermediate because we already set the source from here. Okay, so we set this one, and after that we need to go to the bottom of the Dehancer Pro plugins and we have to disable all tools. After disabling the all tools, you need high to slow the quality. So after that we will work on the print section of this area. Okay, so after coming here, we will set the codec 2383 print film for our work and we will enable the section, and you can get this kind of output from the total impact. So that's why we will decrease the impact from here. We'll make it one for 40. Okay, that's cool. Now we are going to another parallel node, and this one is Dehancer 1 and this one is Dehancer 2. By the way, you can use my code CF10 for a 10% discount code while taking Dehancer Pro. Okay, on the Dehancer 2, we also place the Dehancer Pro plugins, and now we will work some another things. So in here I will work for some default settings. I will take here DaVinci Resolve White Gamut Intermediate, disable all tools, high and slow. Now I'm working on the halation, height and some bloom. Okay, on the halation we can use custom, just enable on here. You can change the impact little bit, and you can also see the difference here. Halation, enable, disable, enable, disable. So now I will work for bloom also on customize section and enabled. So bloom I will take 18.6. okay, I will also work on the color height. So on here you can work for enable, and section blue I will decrease some. Okay, minus 4.3. I will work on magenta and green. Okay, and cyan and red. Okay, it's cool. Okay, so if you want to work on midtones also, you can work on here. If you want your midtone little bit warmy, you can make here, or you can highlight tone. You can also work on your highlight tone. And preserve exposure, you can decrease your exposure, but I'm not doing that. You can also want the shadow tone. Okay, this is my shadow tone. Now I will go to the above on the exposure, temperature and tint. I will take the temperature little bit increased. Okay, then tint will be more added. You can also use on exposure settings for better performance. Okay, this is great. So that's it. So now we can see the difference before and after. Here is the before and now after. Wow, that's great. So now we will take another node for split tone. Okay, in the split tone I will work on the primary color wheels, and in primary color wheels I will use just lift and gamma for changing these areas. I will decrease the red, green and blue, and also opposite on the gamma. Wow, that's cool. You can see over here before and after, before and after. Wow, it's crazy. So after that, you can work more in another node for final polishing on the offset. So this is our offset section. If you want more decrease the highlight, you can also decrease and increase from here. I will decrease the highlights. So this is the before and after. Here is our final output. So this is the before and this is the after. What do you think? Now I will work more for give a better cinematic feel. I will go to the Dehancer 2 and make some vignette here from here enabling. I will just enable the vignette. You can change the exposure section. This is our before and after things. Before, after, before, after. So what do you think? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to take Dehancer subscription by using our 10% discount code CF10. Tata, bye bye.